Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So here we are in the summer season of Series 31. I've already been through the Forzathon for the second time, as the first time for some reason last night I had the wrong version of events. So I've done the correct Forzathon, which is called Challenge of Our Rival, where you need to use the Mitsubishi Lancer from 1999. I'll put a link to that in the description. I did that a couple of hours ago, so you'll be able to view that on my channel if you're subscribed, or you may have already watched it if you are subscribed, or I'll put a link to it in the description for you to follow through to get that. If you need any help with that, put a comment on that video or on this video. Either way, YouTube should give me a notification and I'll see your comment and I'll reply to it. And then if it's on the other video with the incorrect Forzathon, then I'll just maybe put a link to that video in there for you. So today, well, I say now because we've already done a video today, but now I'm going to be going through the whole of the rest of the season. So photo challenge, cars for the championships, and the stunts. For the rivals, I did mention this in the Forzathon video, just post a clean lap in the new Corvette C8, which you can unlock here. I'll talk about that in just a minute. So no rewinding, no missing checkpoints, and no crashing into anything. And then that should mark it gold. You can post a really good lap time if you want. Try harding like I occasionally do, not very often in rivals, but sometimes. And then online adventure, qualify for ranked, so reach tier 3 in I would suggest racing adventure, as it's the quickest. Once you reach tier 3, then you do one per month, and then it'll mark it gold. Again, you don't have to win that, and then if you want to get the better prizes, then feel free to do so. If you want to know more, just put a comment. So, cars that we win this season, we have the brand new Corvette C8 from 2020. I'm not really a big fan of Corvettes, to be totally honest with you. Now, I may get a few comments saying, why don't you like Corvettes? But it's not really my kind of thing. But I'll see what I can do with it anyway. You can unlock that from the Find New Roads Championship. I'll tell you my suggested cars for that in just a second. You can get the Ford GT70, the Bugatti Chiron. That is in the auto show, but it's over 2 million, so you might want to do this championship. Then you have the Showcase Remix, where you win a Super Wheel Spin. You're just in the Aerial Nomad, and all you have to do, if you're doing it co-op, just one of you has to beat the bikers. I think it's the blue guy that's left at the end. You just have to beat him. He does occasionally try to ram you near the end, so do be careful. And if you're doing it solo, then just try and beat it by yourself. Then the games, again, you don't have to win that. People still quit thinking that they have to win. They don't want to waste any time, but you do not have to win. I normally do go try hard and try to encourage my team to win, but it doesn't always go your way. But you don't actually have to win to get the prize, and you'll see at the end, if you do ever get to the end, then people always quit won't. But if you do actually get to the end, it says, and it'll mark it gold for you placing second or first. And then from that you win the Pontiac from 73. Don't know whether that's in the auto show. I know some of them aren't, some of them are, but we'll just have to see. And then we'll go through the stunts in just a second. For the trial, you win the BMW Z4. Remember, that's against unbeatable driver tires, and you're working on a team of randoms, and unless you've got a full convoy. If you do need any help with that, just let me know, and I might be able to help you with that. And then the photo challenge, all you have to do, take a photo of any modern sports car in Mortimer Gardens. So, modern sports car. And then Mortimer Gardens is like just right round here. It does say on the map here, and it's just literally in this area. So go in there in your modern sports car, take a photo, and then you'll have a super wheel spin, and I think it's 1,000 influence. And then that should be good for you. Now, the backstage vote this week is versus the Bone Shaker, the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker, versus the Quartz Regalia. So the Quartz Regalia Type D is the one that's that car on monster wheels with the finny exhaust things. That's just a standard one, pretty rubbish to be honest with you. So that's why I voted for the Bone Shaker along with another 66% of people. So I'm guessing the Bone Shaker's going to win, and then that'll join all of these cars including the Hot Wheels Twin Mill and the Hot Wheels Mustang there as well, and along with Unicorn, the current fastest car in the game, and then a few other weird cars, Formula Drift cars here. That's the car you win from the trial, so if you can't do the trial, if you've got a backstage pass, you can use that here. At the top right, it normally tells you how many passes you've got. I've got 3, but for some reason it's blank, and then there's the random 3 just above the car on the far right. There it is at the end there, so I don't really know why it's moved the 3. I don't know whether you can see that. I haven't got any arrows to point at it. I'm not that advanced in video editing yet, but they are the kind of cars. That's quite a nice car, and so's that. And the Bone Shaker will be quite nice as well, so I'm just going to save up, and I might spend some passes on a live stream if some of you got any suggestions for what cars I could buy. If anybody needs any cars that are in there, I could buy them and sell them to you, etc. And then the Super 7 car for this week is the Rimac Concept 2. So that looks like a really nice completion bonus. All you have to do is complete a set of 7. Remember, you can burn a card except the first one, so you have to do the first one, and then for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 you can burn it as many times as you want using the RB button if you're on a controller, and then you can burn that and just pick one that you like or that you can do until you complete the 7, and then you'll get a Rimac Concept 2, an extremely fast car that is good for straight line speed, as well as maybe like stunts and that as well, certain stunts. And once you've got the Rimac, you can only earn it once. After that it just gives you wheel spins, and then, well, I can't say anything, just try and get the Rimac. I know the Super 7's kind of gone a bit dead now, but I would suggest trying to get the Rimac because it's a very, very good car. I've got 2 of them. Right, now on to the stunts. Now I've done a bit of rambling about the seasons. So the Broadway Windmill Danger Sign, 396 metres. This is incredibly easy. You can start further back if you're struggling, but I'm just going to start here. I'm in my Mosley. The tune for it is shared, so just search it up. And it's actually you want the hashtag 2 better one, not the first one. The hashtag 2 better has got fine tuning on it to make it faster and better. So you want that. If you want the share code, just put a comment and I'll find the share code for you, but I'm not going to do it now and waste your time. So basically just start somewhere around here. I'm using my controller. I'm meant to be using my wheel, but I've got my controller in my hand for ease when I'm in the pause menu and stuff, because the D-pad on the controller is really slow. So basically just go around here. You probably don't even need to go this fast, but just go up here. Make sure you don't hit the windmill. I thought I was going to hit it then just after I'd said it. And then you just do this. 396 metres should be pretty easy. I got 515. That's actually pretty close to my PB. And then you get your super wheel spin. Now for the next one, the speed zone is actually going round the danger sign. Broadway Commons, you need 165 miles an hour, sorry. So you can go either way, but you can accelerate out this way. So I'm going to go just from, no, not there. About, yeah, that'll do. my cursor was moving quite viciously now. That was a pretty quick fast travel, bummy heck. Right, so then, what was that? Oh, what dangerous, I remember that. Right, so then you can just go from round here, maybe not this far back. Make sure you get round the corner. Don't maybe go too fast. Try and get as close to the inside as you possibly can. And then 200 mile an hour almost there, and you only need 165, so that's pretty easy to do. If you want to do it from this side, I'll just wait for it to load. It's because it's a seasonal thing, it adds more things onto the end to drag it out. It won't trigger once all that stuff's gone away. So if you want to do it this way, just make sure you get round the corners. This car's pretty grippy, so you can get round pretty easily. 195 there. So that is the speed zone. And then the speed trap is all the way up the top here at Glen Rannoch, and it's called Northbridge. You need 180 mile an hour, so again you can go both ways, but I'm just going to go from here. Both ways are probably as hard and as easy as each other, so Just depends on the car you're using, how good you are at driving, which way you prefer really. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to go this way. Again, that was a pretty fast travel. I don't know what's boosting my loading times here, because I have not got a PC or an Xbox Series X. I'm only on the standard Xbox One. But there you go. Just make sure you get round the corner. 217 mile an hour is way enough. You only needed 180 or 90, I think. If you want to do it this way, just as easy. We'll just have to wait for that stupid stuff to go away. And then just make sure you get round the corner. And there you go, 200 mile an hour. That's easy as well. Right, so there they are, the stunts. So for that you get a super wheel spin each, if you didn't know. So now, for the showcase, remember, just win. Beat the biker at the end, make sure he doesn't ram you. Right, so for the championships, we'll start with the trial. So this one's called a good old sport, and you need an A-class retro sports car. So there are quite a few here, and it is road racing. So again, if you're struggling with this championship, I know some people do struggle with it, just let me know and I'll try and help you. Oh, there's my really good drift car. By the way, if you want to download the tune for this, it's a really, really good drift car. Lots of my PBs are used with this car, the 850 CSI with the V12 in it. Very, very good car, I have to say. Right, so as you can see, there's quite a lot. I haven't got many of them tuned, but this is actually one of my favourites. Now you might be thinking, why is Mr. Shylo taking a fish that is really, really, really slow? Well, that is because the handle on it enables you to basically go full send around every corner apart from really sharp ones. It isn't fast, I'll give you that, but it's lightweight. It's got about as much horsepower as a Golf R, and it handles really well. So I'd say that's one of my suggestions, and it's really cheap as well. Only 40,000 from the auto show. And then other cars you can use, what is it, A-class? Yeah, it is. So these are B and C, but there are other good cars you can use for different championships. Where were my other cars? I know I have another one in, I think I had one in Nissan. Sure, I had one in Nissan. Oh, there it is. So the 1997 Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec. So it's not the V-Spec 2. Well, that's the older one, and it's also not the V-Spec 2, the R34, I think I'm correct in saying. It's the 1997 thingy one. It handles, it's quite fast, and it's got quite a lot of power. I think I put the 6.2 litre V8 in it, so even with that it still handles quite well. I've got quite a lot of messages from a person again. I bet it's the same person as before. So 37,000 from the auto show this time. So somehow that's even cheaper. I've got really no idea how, but that's a pretty good deal for you there. So I'd suggest that as well. And then let's just quickly check. Oh, by the way, that is the 50% prize for the whole season, if you're wondering which one it was. So I haven't really driven that before, to be totally honest with you. And then that's basically it. But I would suggest the 340R or the GTR. Both very good cars. Right, now for the games. So it's the North Rail Yard Summer Games. And for this you win, this is the one where you win the Pontiac. And for the trial you win the Z4. So car restrictions, B class, classic muscle. And you're at the rail yard and that. So, oh, pardon me. So remember, you don't have to win. Do remember that, because it really annoys me when people leave, especially when you're trying to try hard. So there's quite a lot of cars again, and I have a B class tune for this, but this is actually tuned for the Chevrolet Championship that I'm going to go through in a minute. But you can use that as well. That's fast, and the design is credited to Veloster. So Valorster. If you can't remember that, just put a comment, and last year it was. He is currently banned. I don't really know what he did. I don't think he did anything, but I don't think he'll ever get unbanned. So if you could search his channel and give him some support, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And if you could credit me, then he should know who I am, because I've been supporting him for quite a while. So that's his design. He's quite a nice design, I have to say. He's got a talent for designs. And then what else have we got? We've got my Chevrolet Chevelle. It doesn't turn, but it's very fast, and it's got the meaty V8 in it also. That's quite an old tune though, back when I wasn't very good tuning. And I also don't think that is in the auto show, because it was in the Backstage Vote last week and it didn't win. It got beaten by the DS3, thankfully, because it's a shocking car, to be honest with you. But if you don't have that, then don't use it, 'cause it's shocking anyway. Use the Corvette. What other cars have we got? Well, we've got the Mustang GT. That's a very nice car. The Falcon GT HOXA thing. Again, very nice car. And then that's basically all I've got tuned, but all very good cars. So the Corvette, or the Mustang, or the Falcon are my top 3 for that. Right, now on to the solo Rcorp Championships. This one's road. It's Nothing Is Too Beautiful, and this is where you win the Bugatti Chiron, and you need an S2 Bugatti, so it's quite expensive. Now I've tried to pick one that's in the auto show, and that's actually cheap. Click the wrong button there. Not Vowel, I forgot it. So if you do have the Devo, I have 3 of them from seasonals. It's not in the auto show, but if you do have it, I have 2 spare, so I could sell you one of them if you wanted. Just put a comment on and your gamer tag and that, and I'll try and sell you one when I'm available. You can use that if you've got your own. It basically maxes out at S2993 with the W16 engine in it that's in the Chiron and the Veyron. So it's a very good car and it grips really well. The Type 35C is probably quite a nice car if you have it. I don't know whether it actually gets to S2 though, so you'd have to figure that out. The Chiron is the car you win, so not much point in that. The Veyron doesn't really turn, and then I also got the Bugatti EB110. That is only 1.7 million in the auto show, so that's the cheapest of the lot, and it handles almost the best as well. If you put the engine that's in these in it, the W16 quad turbo thingamajig engine, it makes it considerably slower, and it enables you to get it to the top of S2 class. But I just stuck with the standard engine, over 700 horsepower, fast, grippy, all you need really. And if you're in solo, because your PI is quite low, so will the Drivatars as well, so you won't really struggle there. Right, next one. So we have this one here, Dirt Racing Rally Oop, and you need a C-Class Classic Rally. So I have a few options here. So if we go down to Classic Rally, I'm trying to get this video done in under 20 minutes really. So you have quite a few cars. These are all very good cars. The Escort, which we won in the Playground Games last season, don't really know why it was a prize, it's only 88 grand in the auto show. That should be alright in C-Class. The Lancia Fulvia, quite a nice car. The Mini, and the Volvo as well. I'd suggest either the Volvo or the Lancia, probably, or the Mini or the Escort. Whichever you prefer really is probably what I suggest. And then finally we have the championship where you win the new Corvette C8, fine new road, street scene, you need a B-Class Chevrolet. So if we go in here and we go to Chevrolet, you have it here. So there's a ton of cars you could use. But the cars I've got, the El Camino is very fast but it doesn't turn. And then I tuned the Corvette, which you can use for the games as well, but I specifically tuned it for this so it's grippy and fast. So that's probably your best bet. But really, quite a lot of these cars are good. The 150 is a very good car as well, but I'd probably suggest the Corvette as my best bet. So there we go guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope you found it helpful and hope you enjoyed today's video. I've tried to keep it as short as possible, so thank you for watching if you've watched all of it. I really do appreciate that. I think we have nearly 40 hours of watch time now, so that is just amazing. And thank you for nearly 30 subscribers as well. So please do like and subscribe and turn notifications on. I'll be doing a video on the Corvette at the weekend, so do look forward to that. And then thank you very much for watching guys. If you need any help with anything, or if you just got anything to say, do put it in the comments section, and I'll see you very soon. So for now, Goodbye.